Look, man, you did everything right today. You checked your accounts, you skipped the impulse buy, you even packed lunch. And by 8 p.m., you're lying on the couch, too wiped out to even open the budget app. Here's the thing, that exhaustion isn't in your head. There's actual research showing money problems can drain your brain harder than pulling an all-nighter. You've probably blamed yourself for this. I'm just lazy. I lack discipline. Rich people just have more willpower than me. Nah, that's backwards. It's not that tired people make bad money choices, although that happens too. It's that money stress itself is the thing making you tired in the first place. And once you're running on empty, every financial decision after that gets worse. Not because you're weak, because your brain is being robbed of fuel 3 different ways all day long, and nobody ever told you that's what's happening. Here's the mechanism. Your brain doesn't have unlimited processing power. Economists call it cognitive bandwidth, and it works kind of like phone storage. Every worry you're holding, will the card get declined? Can I cover rent? Did I forget a bill? Takes up space in that bandwidth, whether you're actively thinking about it or not. And when that space gets eaten up by financial stress, there's less of it left over for literally everything else. Patience with your kid, focus at work, the willpower to not order takeout again. Why should you care? Because this is the actual reason broke feels like brain fog, not just an empty bank account. There's 3 specific things quietly draining that tank, and most people have never heard of a single one. Number 1, the bandwidth tax. Princeton researchers Anuj Shah, Sendil Mullainathan, and Eldar Shafir ran an experiment where they had mall shoppers in New Jersey imagine a surprise car repair. For some, it was a cheap $150 fix. For others, an expensive $1,500 one. Then tested their reasoning and focus right after. Lower-income people did fine on the cheap scenario, but their scores dropped hard on the expensive one. Higher-income people barely blinked either way. Same researchers, working with Jonathan Zhao, then went and tested actual sugarcane farmers in Tamil Nadu, India, before and after harvest. Same farmer, same brain. Poor before the harvest check and comfortable after it. Cognitive performance dropped when they were poor and bounced back when they weren't. That's not a personality difference. That's the same person with less bandwidth purely because money was tight that month. Quick fine print because Frank reads the fine print. Some economists pushed back on exactly how big this effect is, and that's a fair fight to have. But both experiments, in a lab and in a real field, pointed the same direction, and that's what matters here. Number 2, decision fatigue. Researchers went and pulled 26,501 real loan applications reviewed by actual bank credit officers and tracked what time of day each decision got made. Approval rates dipped in the middle of the day. The same officers looking at similar applications got more likely to just default to no the longer they'd been grinding through decisions. Their own math suggested that if every application had been reviewed at each officer's sharpest moment instead of their most tired one, banks would have approved 569 more loans, pushing the approval rate from just under 40% up to about 42%. Now, fine print, this is credit officers, not regular people, and there's actually a newer 2025 study out of healthcare that found no decision fatigue at all in that field. So this isn't settled science across every profession, but the mechanism lines up with what you already feel. After a full day of deciding what to eat, what to say in that meeting, whether to answer one more email, your last financial decision of the day is running on fumes, whether that's a credit officer or you standing in a checkout line at 9 p.m. Number 3, the stress hormone rewiring your risk tolerance. Neuroscientists at Cambridge first went out and measured real financial traders during an actual volatile week in the market and found their cortisol, the stress hormone, spiked 69% and stayed elevated for 8 straight days. Then, to prove it wasn't just correlation, they brought 36 people into a lab and artificially raised their cortisol to match that same level for 8 days using medication. Risk premium, that's the extra return someone needs before they'll take a risk, dropped 44%. Chronically stressed brains got measurably more risk-averse across the board. So here's why this one matters for you, even if you've never touched a trading floor. The same hormone spike from a stressful month doesn't just make you tired, it can quietly push you toward the safe, passive choice on everything, including the choices that would actually build wealth, like investing instead of sitting in cash. Here's the reframe. You've probably heard, "Poor people make bad decisions your whole life," said like it's some character flaw. Flip it. Bad decisions aren't the cause of being broke. For a lot of people, they're the symptom. Bandwidth gets taxed, fatigue stacks up over the day, cortisol reshapes what feels safe, and by the time you're actually making the money decision, you're not choosing badly, you're choosing exhausted. The system was never testing your willpower, it was testing your battery, and your battery was already at 12%. Quick gut check. Think about your worst money decision from the last month. What time of day did it happen? End of a long workday? Right after a stressful call? Late at night scrolling? If most of your bad money moments cluster at the same tired point in your day, that's not a discipline problem. That's a bandwidth problem, and the fix isn't try harder. It's protecting your biggest money decisions for whenever your tank is actually full. Let's make this real for a second. Picture 2 people with the identical paycheck. One reviews her budget and makes any big purchase call first thing Saturday morning, tank full, nothing else competing for bandwidth. The other one only deals with money at 11 p.m. on a weeknight after a full day of decisions, running on stress hormones from a rough week at work. Same income, same math. 5 years later, one of them has consistently funded the retirement account and avoided the panic-driven bad trades. The other one's still wondering why money decisions always feel like a fight she's already lost before she starts. The paycheck was never the difference. The battery was. You're not bad with money. You've been making financial decisions on an empty tank and calling it a character flaw. Next week, I'll show you how to actually protect your bandwidth so your best financial decisions stop losing to your most tired ones.
Think about money, keep the gap, get free.